Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Daniel Shen, and you're at This Gamer Channel.
My fellow disc gamers, I have another exciting Hearthstone Tavern Brawl video for you this week. This is week number 3 that they've been doing Tavern Brawl. This week it's spiders everywhere. Spiders have overrun everything, including your deck. Whatever class you play, your deck will be teaming with Spider-Men. Gosh, I love superheroes. I hope that in this booster pack here that I might open my first Wonder Woman card. Time for me to choose a deck. Looks like I'm gonna choose... I guess I feel like I'm a warrior today. Let's brawl. Alright, let's skip ahead to the actual game. By the way, guys, I have no idea why I'm feeling like I'm in a punky mood today, but I guess I'll go with it. Must have been a lack of sleep or something. Anyway, what should I keep? I guess I'll keep a web spinner and throw them back to get more web spinners? As always, I've not played this mode at all, so I have no idea what to expect, but I guess I'm gonna have a deck full of 1/1s, and it doesn't really matter which deck I actually chose, except for the hero power. I guess the thing that keeps this game mode interesting, though, is that web spinners have this very RNG component to them, where you'll get a random beast when it dies. So, you know, Tavern Brawl is not always a serious mode where you're going to have a great strategic advantage over your opponents. Sometimes random number generators, or RNG, is going to be what determines what wins you the game. There is one important concept, though, that a lot of new players to Hearthstone don't quite understand, and we'll quickly get a sense of how experienced or inexperienced our opponent is. But that concept is, when is it right to trade with your enemy's minions versus just do damage directly to them? The reason why is because, let's say I attack the enemy web spinner instead of doing damage to him. Well, although I clear his board, I don't get to do that 1 point of damage to the opponent. Likewise, if the opponent here attacks me versus attacking the web spinner, he does get to do damage to me. But if he trades with me for my Spider-Man, then the net gain is I've done 1 damage to his hero and both creatures are dead, versus me having done no damage to the opponent and the board being cleared. So it looks like my opponent's kind of inexperienced at card games because he just gave me a Silverback Patriarch, and so we're in that scenario where now I am up 1 life against my opponent with the same board position as opposed to what would have happened if we had traded. Now, 1 damage may not seem a lot, but over the course of the game, this is what adds up. Having repetitive trades for your creatures while your creatures are doing damage directly to the opponent, it adds up. By the way, I have to say I've never been happier to draw a Silverback Patriarch, and I thought I would never say that. Oh, and I spoke too soon. It looks like he's already returning it to my hand. Yep, the opponent's doing that same sort of trade, but now I'm up 2 additional life as opposed to having the same board presence. Let's see, I feel like I should play this Lost Tall Strider here because it has the most efficiency for the mana crystals that I have for this particular turn. Silverback Patriarch was great on that board where his team was filled with 1/1s because even though it's only a 1/4, even bad creatures can become efficient ones if they are able to deal their damage while still surviving and deal multiple attacks on the opponent's creatures. But I decided not to play it that turn because he only has 1 web spinner out, and I thought it'd be better to have a creature that had a higher power and potentially deal more damage. I'm also thinking that at this particular juncture in the game, I need to start thinking about that King Crush as my finisher, and so my goal during this game should be to try to get him down to about 8 life so I can finish him off in a single turn. By the way, I gotta say I love this game mode so far. I am forced to think about cards that I barely even remember existed in the game because they are so underpowered compared to constructed play. But that in this sort of free fun mode, it is great to have to use all these cards again. One of the things, though, that I also really like about Tavern Brawl is it's really good in general for new players. A new player does not need to own any cards, and even though I'm a free-to-play player, I've been playing free-to-play since closed beta, so I have almost a year of opportunity. No, it's actually almost been a year and a half since Hearthstone's been released. I have about a year and a half worth of play on this game, and I've been able to grind and earn so much more gold and dust than other players, and it's just not fair to them. They don't have any sort of competitive advantage. But a game mode like this, where Tavern Brawl, if you understand a couple of principles about when to trade, when not to trade, it's much more fair for new players to have an opportunity to earn some of that gold, complete those quests, and get the decks that they need in order to compete in both the casual and ranked modes. Now, Blizzard and all video game companies, they have to support the new players, because without new players, they can't generate revenue, because new players are the lifeblood for the continuation of any sort of video game, whether it's a MOBA like League of Legends, or a card game like Hearthstone, or an MMORPG. So I'm glad that Blizzard sat down and spent the time to make a game mode that's fun for new players, but at the same time for more experienced players, it's still fun and amusing and entertaining for a week. And the whole point of Tavern Brawl is it cycles, so if you don't love it, well, there'll be a new game mode in 1 week from now. Anyway, back to the game. It looks like my opponent put me in the same situation that I was in, but little did he know I was going to top deck a Heroic Strike and be able to take out his Patriarch. It does leave me in kind of this awkward position. What do I play here? I don't really know. I want to use my mana most efficiently, but I guess I will use the Hero Power and the Parrot instead of putting out a Patriarch because he doesn't have any web spinners, but other than the Heroic Strike, I didn't really have the best of hands to do something with all my mana that turn. So that's why earlier when I played the Tall Strider, it's better to do that also at that point in time because it's more restrictive to play a 4 mana card rather than the 4 1/1 Spider-Man web spinner cards. That's okay though, because overall I still have board advantage, and I've also, more importantly, done a lot of damage over the course of the game because I keep going straight with my attacks towards my opponent's life total, as opposed to his attacks, which are coming directly at my creatures. And over the course of the game, I've been able to leverage a huge advantage here, actually. In fact, at this point in time, I'm pretty close to winning this game. I think of stealth in this mode as almost a delayed charge, and then once I get to 9 mana and I can King Crush him, I can push him out of this game because he's going to have a sudden burst of 5 plus 8 damage. That's 13 damage all at one time that can't really be blocked easily because, assuming his deck's exactly like mine, there's not a lot of taunt. You're relying on the RNG to give you the right taunt creature that you need so that you can block damage, but the chances of that happening are pretty low. Oh, my Exia is even better because now I can get through at least a single taunt creature with little to no expense to me. So I think that this is a game that's pretty much in the bag already at this point in time, and finishing off this game is going to be more of a formality. On my turn, I'm definitely playing my Exia, and now my opponent's actually forced to start using his attacks on my creatures as opposed to dealing damage directly to my hero. I will have to say that my opponent's a little bit unlucky. He got a Patriarch, but that's not the right card in the scenario. We're a little bit farther ahead in the game. That's not really going to work for what he needs to do. So let's see, what's the most optimal thing here? I really want to play a Malhorn, but I think that it's best to try to position myself more for a win next turn as opposed to getting a win this turn. I'm still one short of that King Crush, so I didn't get a chance to do my damage with the Tiger either. So I think I'm gonna heroic. What am I trying to say? I want a Heroic Strike that 4/3 creature that he has in play, and then I guess play the Myexia so I can take out any blockers he has, and then just play King Crush the next turn for the victory. That sounds like a good plan. Let's do that. Alright, let's see if he has any taunters or anything he can do to help reverse his board position. I have to be honest, this is going to be extremely difficult from my opponents unless he has some miracle plays right here. Looks like he's fishing for the right card, and did he draw it? Nope. You didn't even want to see the King Crush. Oh, I wish I could have shown you the cool animation for that. Well, anyway, another victory. Once again, these are all completely candid videos. This is my first try doing this. Got another pack. I even purchased a pack right before this video was started, so I have 2 of them to open today. Let's see what I open. I have a regular and a Gnomes and Goblins pack. Alright, let's open the regular pack. Oh, here's my rare. Come on, Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman. Oh, that's not a Wonder Woman. I have an Azure Drake already. Oh, well, maybe in the next pack I'll be able to get something. Ooh, a shiny thing. I'm always attracted to shiny objects. Blizzard's effects with the little foil cards totally works on me. Alright, time to open my Wonder Woman card. I'll even take a Spider-Man card. That's how excited I am. Oh, I guess I'll just have to settle for the Recombobulator. What a mage type. Oh, no Wonder Woman or Spider-Man. Well, this has been your host, Daniel Shen, and until next time.